Happy New Year, and welcome to the Council's reorganization meeting, January 5th, 2026. Would everybody please stand for the salute to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. I have an invocation written by Father Bill Sheridan of St. Agnes Church. Eternal God, we gather today at the very beginning of this new year of grace to offer our heartfelt thanks and to ask your blessings upon our gathering. We are grateful for the many gifts that you have lavished upon us. May we always respond generously to your call for us to use them on behalf of the common good. We ask your blessings, too, upon the elected officials of the Township, its employees and residents. May the coming year be one of happiness, health, and prosperity for all. We offer this prayer in your holy name. Amen. Amen. You may be seated. This meeting is in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, as adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by mailing the annual schedule of meetings to the Star-Ledger, the Leader, Union County Local Source, by posting such annual meeting schedule on the bulletin board in Town Hall reserved for such announcements, the official website of the Township, in compliance with the, website of the Township in compliance with Public Laws 2025, Chapter 72, effective March 1st, 2026, and the proper filing of said notice. Formal action may be taken at this meeting. A reorganization meeting will begin. I'll call the roll. Councilmember Hoff.
Here.
Councilmember Hund.
Here.
Councilmember Mazzarella.
Here.
Councilmember Minetti.
Here.
Councilmember O'Connor.
Here.
Councilmember Smith.
Here.
Councilmember Toll.
Here.
Thank you. The first order of business is to elect a council president. I'll open nominations for council president. Do I hear a nomination?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Bill Smith.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, I call for a motion to close this portion of the meeting. I'm sorry, that was Jimmy Minetti and Hunt. Okay. Will the council confirm the nomination of Bill Smith for council president? I'll call the roll. Councilmember Hoff.
Yes.
Councilmember Hund.
Yes.
Councilmember Mazzarella.
Yes.
Councilmember Minetti.
Yes.
Councilmember O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
Councilmember Toll.
Yes.
Congratulations, Mr. President. Mayor, please join President Smith at the podium to be sworn in. That's okay.
Okay, left hand on the Bible, correct. Okay, now perform the oath of allegiance for our new council president, William Smith. I
I, William Smith,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I support the Constitution of the United States
that I support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of New
and
Jersey,
the state of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
And to
in the
the-
United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly perform
impartially, and justly perform
all the duties of the office of Council President
all the duties of the office of Council President
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability
for the Township of
for the
Clark,
Township of Clark.
so help me
So help
God.
me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go in front. Let's take a picture.
All right, Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to our council meeting. We are now going to move on to election of the council vice president. At this time, I'd like a motion for council president. For a vice president. Thank you, Councilman O'Connor. Can I get a motion to nominate anyone for vice president?
I'd like to nominate Frank Mazzarella.
All right, thank you, Councilman Steve Hunt. Can I get a second? Thank you, Councilmember Jess Hoff. Are there any other nominations? All right, hearing none, I call for a motion to close nominations. Thank you. Is that Councilman Toll down the end? Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Maniti. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, will the council confirm the nomination of Frank Mazzarella for council vice president? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilmember Hoff.
Yes.
Councilmember Hund.
Yes.
Councilmember Mazzarella.
Yes.
Councilmember Manitti.
Yes.
Councilmember O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilmember Toll.
Yes.
Council President Smith.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to have Frank be sworn in. You want to join the mayor up at the dais? Can we do it? Yeah.
Raise your right hand, left hand on the Bible. Okay. I state your name.
I, Frank Mazzarella,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of New Jersey,
and the state of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the
to
same
the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States and in this state,
in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of people,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully
impartially, and justly perform
and impartially and justly perform
all the duties of the office of
all the duties of the office of
Council Vice President
Council Vice President,
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability,
for the Township of Clark,
for the Township of Clark.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Okay, we're going to have a special presentation, so I'd like a motion to suspend the regular order of business.
So moved.
Who is that? Councilman O'Connor, and second, Councilman Toll. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Mayor Albanese, you want to do the recognition? And Pat, do you want to go up there?
Now I'll say good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. Great to see all of you here. And we're here to honor Lori Sheldon. And she has received the 2025 Lifetime Achievement Award for Volunteer EMS. And it's really a great, great honor to receive that award. And I'm going to read through this proclamation, but leave out some of the whereases in the Old English and just talk through it. And I'd like to ask Lori to come up here. And as she comes up, I would like to also take a moment to thank J.H. Barr for his relentless pursuit of bringing to the attention to the state of New Jersey all of the work that Lori has done over all these years. So, thank you. So, let me just say that Lori is, formerly Lori Flood Sheldon, a lifelong resident of the Township of Clark. And she joined the squad 42 years ago in 1983 as a volunteer emergency medical technician, which is amazing. She graduated from Rutgers with a Bachelor of Arts degree in business administration, so she's got a good head for business, and later earned a master's degree in public administration at the American Military University. She's a state-certified EMT, nationally registered EMT, and she began training others in first aid, basic life support, and EMT practice in 1990. So that's 35 years she's been training people, which is quite amazing. And so many people thousands of people have been trained by Lori. It's amazing. Plus, you are a professor at, I don't know if you're still there, at Union County, still a professor at Union County College. Through her work, she worked with Union Hospital, Morristown Hospital, Trinitas Hospital, and as I mentioned, is a professor at Union County College. And she's widely respected as an EMS instructor, ultimately training, as I said, thousands of New Jersey residents, which is truly amazing, including many from Clark as state-certified EMTs. And I'm really pleased that the squad is really well represented, as well as your family tonight, to come out and support you in this recognition, Lori. Lori's devoted outstanding leadership and commitment to the Clark Volunteer Emergency Squad, and throughout the year, she served as president for 17 years, as well as in the roles of captain, trustee, New Jersey First Aid Council delegate, membership recruiter, and numerous committee chairs. She's like the Mighty Mouse of EMTs. Which is a compliment, because one of my bosses used to call me, just give it to Angel, she's Mighty Mouse over there. She served also as the New Jersey Aid Council 2nd District as the Public Relations Chair, and later served statewide as Public Relations Vice Chair and Chair as well. She obtained instructor certifications in many areas, including cardiopulmonary resuscitation, pre-hospital trauma life support, pediatric education for pre-hospital providers, geriatric education for EMS, weapons of mass destruction, that's a pretty interesting one, incident command system, hazardous materials, national incident management system, and numerous additional first responder disciplines. Having mentioned all these items, I would like to say that I, as the mayor, and also on behalf of the Township Council, hereby proclaim Lori Sheldon as an exemplary leader and lifelong contributor to emergency medical services, and call upon the residents of Clark to join me in recognizing and celebrating her extraordinary achievements, service, and commitment to the safety and well-being of our community. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's like being pulled all over again. All right, that's
Okay, they told me to say a few words, but anybody who knows me knows. We'll just say better.
Take a seat.
So I want to thank everybody for all their efforts. I wouldn't be here with everybody else behind me. That's number one. There were so many people that guided me and mentored me. One of my first crews with Al Riley. Where is Alan? There he is, Uncle Al. And there's been just so many great people that I worked with and learned from and grew from. So really, this is on behalf of all of us, because if it wasn't for the family feeling we get at the squad, we would have left long ago, but it's home. So it's my honor and pleasure to be able to serve you guys and to thank my family because they're here, and Lord knows how many times we've rewarmed a dinner or missed something because of squad duty. And I get it more now because my daughter Katie is now chief, captain of the squad, so we rewarmed dinners again, which is great because it's just so thankful to all of you for all that you've done to support me through all my efforts. So thank you all. Thank you very much.
Yeah, come up to the family, come up to take pictures.
We'll get your family and
Do
then
you want to say a
walk.
few words? Okay. Go in front of the podium. Come on.
Take the coat off or no?
And you heard Lori here talk about her daughter on the squad, but let's not forget her husband was the chief of the fire department too. So this family gives, and they give a lot to Clark, so thank you very much. There you go.
We met on the squad.
Come on, Jim. You're emeritus. Line up over here.
Gonna go in a big guy section?
All right, can I get a motion to resume the regular order of business?
Moved.
Thank you,
Second.
Councilman Mazzarella, and second, Councilman O'Connor. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, now we're going to move to mayor's appointments. Terms run concurrent with the mayor unless otherwise stated. Are you going to
Mayor,
read
would
that?
you like me to read the appointments, or?
Thank you.
Sure. Okay, so these are mayor's appointments, confirmation of council required, so we'll have a resolution, a vote after this. Number 1 is Director of Law, Albert Cruz. And the second is the Library Board of Trustees, Cynthia Sang for a 5-year term. Jessica Hoff is the mayor's alternate for a 1-year term, and Carla Wagner is the superintendent's alternate for a 1-year term.
Okay, can I get a motion on resolutions 1 and 2 confirming the mayor's appointments?
Moved.
Thank you, Councilman Hund, and second, Councilman Mazzarella. Roll call, please.
Second. Councilmember Hoff.
Yes.
Councilmember Hund.
Yes.
Councilmember Mazzarella.
Yes.
Councilmember Manitti.
Yes.
Councilmember O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilmember Toll.
Yes.
Council President Smith.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Welcome aboard.
The next appointments do not require confirmation of council. So first we have the Local Emergency Management Council for a 1-year term. Mike Nenordis, Emergency Management Coordinator. Adam Nenordis, Deputy EM Coordinator. Angel Albanese, Mayor and Public Information Officer. James Ulrich, Business Administrator. Patrick O'Connor, Council Liaison. Director Patrick Grady, Police Department. Captain Christian Lott, Police Department. Captain Miguel Akabu, Officer in Charge, Police Department. Frank Sarasa, Fire Chief. Lori Sheldon, Emergency Medical Coordinator. David DeRosa, Health Officer. Scott McCabe, Supervisor, Public Works. Elizabeth Klee, Director of Communications and Business Development. Jeff Reagan, Communications Officer. Ralph Bernardo, Director of Senior Citizens. Megan Kachelek, Library Director. Edward Grandi, Superintendent, Clark Public Schools. Brandon Sullivan, Director of Security, Clark Public Schools. Richard O'Connor, Township Engineer. Albert Cruz, Township Attorney. And Dr. Tasharafi, Township Doctor. Planning Board appointments. Mayor Albanese, Class 1 for a 1-year term. James Ulrich, Class 2 member for a 1-year term. And Eric Gerstner, Class 4 member for a 4-year term. Environmental Commission. Edward Dabrowski, regular member for a 3-year term. Martha Kamichoff, regular member for a 3-year term. Union County Transportation Advisory Board, Christy Vieira, 1-year term. James Ulrich, alternate for a 1-year term. Union County Utilities Authority Solid Waste Advisory Board, Councilmember Brian Toll for a 1-year term. Councilmember Frank Mazzarella, alternate for a 1-year term. Union County Community Development Revenue Sharing Committee, Councilmember Jessica Hoff, regular member for a 1-year term. Mayor Albanese, alternate for a 1-year term. And last is the Traffic Advisory Board for a 1-year term. Police Director Patrick Grady. Officer in Charge, Police Captain Miguel Akabu. Police Captain Christian Lott. Angel Albanese, Mayor. Jim Ulrich. Business Administrator. Rich O'Connor, Engineer. And Edward Grandi, Superintendent of Clark Public Schools. Those are the mayor's appointments.
Great, thank you. Okay, now we'll move on to the citizens' hearing on the agenda. I'll open the meeting to agenda items only. The public comment portion of the meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments in accordance with NJSA 10:4-12A and the Code of the Township of Clark. Each person addressing the council shall give their name and town in which they reside to the clerk. All remarks shall be addressed to the council as a body and shall not exceed 5 minutes in duration. At the conclusion of the statements or questions from a member of the public, the council president, at his discretion, may choose to respond or not respond. So if anyone would like to come forward on agenda items only, please do so.
Good evening, John Grease from Clark. I just had a quick question. I saw a ordinance to create a HR, Human Resources Department, and there's like 3 jobs there. I just wanted to get a sense of, what's the amount that's being budgeted for. That's it, really.
Great, thank you. Okay, seeing no one else, I'd like a motion to close this portion of the meeting. Thank you, Councilman Toll. Can I get a second?
Second it.
Thank you, Councilmember Hoff. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, now we're going to move on to appointments by the Director of Law. Are you taking that from me? Yep.
No, the clerk can do that.
Okay. All right.
like me to read it?
Clerk, you want to? Yep.
Sure. John Henry Barr, Chief Municipal Prosecutor for a one-year term. Robert Pansula, Alternate Prosecutor for a one-year term. And Jared Weiss, Public Defender for a one-year term.
Okay, now we're going to move on to consent agenda resolutions.
Okay, the following resolutions, number 25-3 through 25-47, are considered routine and non-controversial items by the Township Council and will be enacted upon by one motion. There will be no separate vote on these items unless a council member so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda to be discussed and voted on, following the approval of the remaining items listed on the consent agenda.
We're actually going to pull number 15, the special counsel for Oprah, and make that a separate resolution at the end.
Okay, thank you.
Do we need a motion to do that, or just?
Move that.
We'll have a motion to pull it? Yes? Okay, yeah.
The agenda.
Yeah, so a motion to pull number
I'll second.
15. So first was Councilman O'Connor, and second is Councilman Mazzarella. But all the other consent agenda resolutions will remain.
You want a roll call on that?
Yes, roll call, please.
Councilmember Hoff. Yes. Councilmember Hund.
Yes.
Councilmember Mazzarella.
Yes.
Councilmember Minetti.
Yes.
Councilmember O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilmember Toll.
Yes.
Council President Smith.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we need a motion to add a special resolution for that, the Oprah attorney?
We have the resolution.
We're going to vote on
You're
the
going to
items
vote on the consent agenda.
on the consent
Okay,
agenda.
vote on that
So
first,
Vote on
okay.
that first,
All right.
and then you'll do the other.
All right, so we're going to have a motion to adopt the consent agenda, items 3 through 47, with the exception of 15. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Councilman Toll. Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Councilman Minetti. And roll call, please.
Councilmember Hoff.
Yes.
Councilmember Hund.
Yes.
Councilmember Mazzarella.
Yes.
Councilmember Minetti.
Yes.
Councilmember O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilmember Toll.
Yes.
Council President Smith.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now we will add number 15, so that would be added at the end, and that is the special counsel Oprah, Attorney Robert F. Varity, Esquire of LaCourte, Bundy, Varity, and Kinsella. So is there a motion?
I'll move it.
All right, so Councilman Mazzarella to add that as a separate resolution, and Councilman Hund as a second. All in favor? Any opposed? We have to do a roll call for that, Madam Clerk?
Yes, I'll call the roll.
Okay.
Councilmember Hoff.
I'm abstaining.
Abstain. Councilmember Hund.
Yes.
Councilmember Mazzarella.
Yes.
Councilmember Minetti.
Yes.
Councilmember O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilmember Toll.
Yes.
Council President Smith.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to move on to introduction of proposed ordinances.
Yes, the first ordinance, 26-01, is an ordinance entitled an ordinance to fix minimum and maximum salaries.
Can I get a motion? Thank you, Councilman O'Connor. Get a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Councilmember Hund. Any discussion or questions? Jim or Mayor Albanese, you have anything to add? It's basic just salary structures.
We're making some changes regarding the question that came up regarding the personnel. We're adding it to the ordinance, but we'll not be hiring all those positions. It's likely one will be selected.
Great. Thank you for the explanation. Anyone else have any questions? Otherwise, roll call, please.
Councilmember Hoff.
Yes.
Councilmember Hund.
Yes.
Councilmember Mazzarella.
Yes.
Councilmember Minetti.
Yes.
Councilmember O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilmember Toll.
Yes.
Council President Smith.
Yes.
The public hearing on this ordinance will be January 20th. Next ordinance is 26-02, an ordinance establishing a Human Resources Department and creating the positions of Personnel Aide, Personnel Assistant, and Senior Personnel Assistant.
Can I get a motion?
I'd like to move that, please.
Thank you, Councilmember Hund. Get a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Councilmember Minetti. Any further discussion on that? So basically, we're adding potential positions down the road if we need, and the town grows and we need a bigger HR department?
Correct. I mean, it's not going to be a bigger HR department, but it allows for progression. So
gotcha.
from the start through different positions throughout the civil service titles.
All right, thank you for the explanation. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Hund. I'm sorry, Hoff.
Yes.
Councilmember Hund.
Yes.
Councilmember Mazzarella.
Yes.
Councilmember Minetti.
Yes.
Councilmember O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilmember Toll.
Yes.
Council President Smith.
Yes.
Public hearing on this ordinance will be January 20th. Ordinance 26-03 is an ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank.
Can I get a motion?
I'll move it.
Thank you, Councilman Mazzarella. Second, please. Thank you, Councilman O'Connor. Any discussion? Go ahead, Mayor Albanese.
Each year, we're permitted to establish a cap bank. In other words, we can go up to a certain limit of the appropriations of 3.5%. And that permits us to, if we don't reach the cap limit, we can use that money or set it aside and set it in a bank and use it. We must use it within the next 3 years. And that's done every year, and it must be done prior to the adoption of the budget. And that's what we're doing.
Great, thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Hoff.
Yes.
Councilmember Hund.
Yes.
Councilmember Mazzarella.
Yes.
Councilmember Minetti.
Yes.
Councilmember O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilmember Toll.
Yes.
Council President Smith.
Yes.
Public hearing on this ordinance will be January 20th.
Great, thank you. All right, now I'm going to announce the council committees for 2026. Finance Committee, Patrick O'Connor, Chairman, Jessica Hoff, James Minetti. Legislative Committee, Brian Toll, Chairman, Patrick O'Connor, William Smith. Public Safety, James Minetti, Chairman, Frank Mazzarella, Steve Hund. Parks and Recreation, William Smith, Chairman, Patrick O'Connor, Jessica Hoff. Public Works, Frank Mazzarella, Chairman, William Smith, and Stephen Hund. And then Council Liaisons, Board of Education, Jessica Hoff. Emergency Squad, Patrick O'Connor. Recreation, William Smith. Fire Department, James Minetti. Police Department, Stephen Hund. Public Works, Frank Mazzarella. Emergency Management, Patrick O'Connor. Public Library, Jessica Hoff. Senior Citizens, Frank Mazzarella. And Environmental Commission, Brian Toll. Okay, now we'll move on to public comments. I'll open the meeting to the public.
Mr. President,
Oh, yes.
if I could,
Go ahead.
first thing I would like to do is, first of all, welcome our new legal counsel, Mr. Cruz. And it's a pleasure to have you here this evening. And I would like to ask him to update us and advise us regarding Judge Walsh's recent ruling regarding the pending police department disciplinary matters, to inform the council and the actions that we need to take in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On November 23, 2023, the Township of Clark issued preliminary disciplinary notices to 3 police officers. Shortly after that, the police officers sued the municipality, and that matter has been in litigation until recently. On December 18th, 2025, the Honorable Lisa Walsh, the assignment judge for Union County in the Superior Court, ruled that these preliminary notices were properly issued and that the disciplinary actions could proceed. This ruling was on a procedural question, namely whether the notices of discipline were timely issued, and not a decision on the merits of the disciplinary charges. The next step in this process is for a hearing for each of the police officers before a hearing officer. The township is in the process of selecting and retaining a hearing officer. Once the hearing officer is retained, the hearing or hearings will be scheduled. Once hearing or hearings are concluded, the hearing officer will determine whether the township met its burden of proof as to the disciplinary charges, and if so, make a recommendation regarding the discipline, if any, to be imposed by the township on those police officers. Because this matter involves continuing litigation and is a pending personnel matter, my guidance to this board or this body is not to further comment beyond this status report. The proper forum to litigate these matters is before the hearing officer and, if necessary, before the Union County Superior Court. However, once there is something to further report, I will do so. Thank you.
Great. Thank you for the update. Okay, at this time, I will open the meeting to the public. The public comment portion of the meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments in accordance with NJSI 10:4-12A and the code of the Township of Clark. Each person addressing the council shall give their name and the town in which they reside to the clerk. All remarks shall be addressed to the council as a body and not exceed 5 minutes in duration. At the conclusion of the statements or questions from a member of the public, the council president, at his discretion, may choose to respond or not respond. So if anyone would like to come forward, please do so.
Happy New Year. Mary Semler, Congo Way, Clark. So I am here to speak about the comments and that about what we just talked about the officers who have been, let's just say our town has been under this scrutiny for many years. So I would just say that I hope we move forward with all due haste in appointing a hearing officer and keeping our finger on the pulse, because certainly this has been something that's been hanging over our town for many years now. Costing the taxpayers, as we all know. I do appreciate the need for due process, but as a public employee, a former public employee for 42 years, I really could not imagine being in a situation where I get paid to not work and get my raises and continue to pay towards my pension. So understandably, you have asked for the council to not comment. This has been a point of contention for a long time. And I would say that the town at this point does support action to move this as quickly as possible. So hopefully we can move on from this dark matter that has really hung over us. So thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ms. Stemler.
Good evening, John Greaves from Clark. A couple small things. One, I'm happy to see Mr. Cruz as the new town attorney. I've seen him on the planning board, and I think he's been doing a good job there, and I appreciate his work there, and I hope that he continues doing good work here. I'm glad to see him here. Another thing, I was just looking at the town website, and I'd sort of been looking. I haven't seen a 2025 user-friendly budget where it sort of breaks down certain things in a certain way. On the website, there's the regular adopted budget, and we have user-friendly budgets for all the previous years, but not 2025. I was just hoping we could get that at some point. I probably should have brought it up a little earlier. In regards to the police situation, I understand that there is the litigation and all that, but there is a deafening silence when it comes to the issues that were raised by the conduct of those officers, specifically with racially charged issues. And we saw recently on social media in Clark that there was a recording of somebody who was acting in a negative way, in a racially charged way as well. And the thing that stuck out is that it seems that Clark has a reputation, a bad reputation, and I'd like to see that change, because I know that there's a lot of great people here that are just trying to have a strong community, and the silence about these things from the outside seems to be, at the very least, a lack of condemnation of that, and at the worst, it can appear to other people that there's an acceptance of this type of behavior. And I'd like to see if there's some way that we can move forward or make some type of commitment to see things change. At the very least, our former mayor had the same issue, because the person that was recorded on social media, they can easily say that that person doesn't represent all of Clark, but our former mayor did, and we haven't heard a condemnation of that. And we were told that because there was pending litigation about that, we couldn't do anything about it, but that's over, and we still haven't heard anything about that. And we haven't heard anything about, basically a commitment to move forward with a more positive way. So I would just like to see something come from the council that can help to show people from the outside that that's not really how Clark is, and that we want to move past that and do something that affirmatively shows that, not just sort of pushing it to the side, which I've seen. And I'd like to put it front and center and say that that is something that we condemn. And we haven't heard that. So that's essentially most of it. And, I think one of the main things is this affects us in more ways than just, the way people talk. One of the things that I've heard is that, developers would never develop here if we didn't give them tax breaks. I think that it's not 100% that, but I think bad reputation can contribute to that. And it makes people not want to do business and visit Clark as much, and I think that's a shame. I want to do something that encourages that. So please, I would like to see if there could be some commitment towards moving forward with a more positive future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Greaves. Anyone else like to come forward? Okay, seeing no one, I'd like a motion to close this portion. Thank you, Councilman Toll. Can I get a second?
I'll second that, please.
Thank you, Councilman O'Connor. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, now we're going to move on to council and professional remarks. Mayor Albanese.
Thank you, Mr. President. Earlier this evening, I welcomed everyone, friends, family, employees that are here this evening. We appreciate it. I'd also like to welcome former governor, acting governor, and State Senate President Donald DeFrancesco. Welcome. Madam Clerk, thank you for reading that invocation prayer this evening. We appreciate Father Sheridan's blessings during our annual reorganization meeting. First, I'd like to congratulate our newly re-elected Council President Bill Smith and Vice President Frank Mazzarella. I wish you the best in the upcoming year. I look forward to working with both of you, as always. I also want to thank Bill Smith, and who was our Council President last year, taking over, and also Councilman Steve Hunt for their service. Councilman Steve Hunt was Vice President. So thank you very much for that. As many of you know, Jess and I were running mates. We had to run for office. We were both elected, and normally we would have this swearing in this evening, but we had to do it earlier because we were fulfilling unfilled terms. So I just want to thank Councilwoman Jessica Hoff again. You really get to know someone when you hit the pavement and get out there and knock on almost every door in town. I've missed you recently and hope to talk to you soon. Of course, I want to thank every member of council, Bill Smith, Jim Menitti, Pat O'Connor, Brian Toll, and Frank Mazzarella, for also hitting the pavement and getting out in the community, talking it up, and making our election a big success. I also want to thank the Clark Republican Party and the committee members for their support, some of them here this evening, for getting the word out, making phone calls, putting out signs, picking up signs. Thank you very much. Thank you to Union County Republican Party leadership members and Chairman Carlos Santos for his support. And thank you to all of those who contributed to our campaign, which is a big help in getting things done. And very important, I want to thank you to our super business administrator, Jim Ulrich, the department heads, and every township employee and every department, and the library staff as well, for all their hard work in 2025 and their support in the transition. Your work is greatly appreciated. We had a lot of issues this year with Save New Jersey. We had 3 big planning board projects this year that we had to get through in our redevelopment zone. So thank you very much. Most important, I want to thank the residents of Clark who voted for me and Jess. And as I said in the past, I represent all the residents, no matter who you voted for, even if you didn't vote. And I also want to thank especially my family, my sons, Taylor and James, for their support, all their sacrifices that they've made, not only this year, but also over all the years. So thank you very much for that. It's an honor to serve the citizens of Clark as your mayor. In the upcoming weeks, I'll be providing more details of what we've accomplished in '25. In the meantime, we've been working very vigorously on the 2026 budget as well, and meeting all the challenges to make Clark as affordable as possible for our residents. I do hope that you subscribe to the weekly email updates that keep up, so you can keep up with what's happening in Clark as things change. This year we'll be meeting the first and third Monday with our regular meetings. I look forward to that, which will help us to expedite business matters as well in the township. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilmember Huff.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you to the mayor. You said 95% of what I was going to say, so I don't want to necessarily repeat it, but I do miss you. I feel like we were walking around day in and day out, and it's been like a few weeks. So it was an absolute honor and pleasure running with you, and I'm grateful for the township and the residents of Clark for your trust in electing me, and as well as the mayor, although she can thank you herself as she did, as I enter in the first calendar year of my time on council. I continue to be grateful to all of you in the town, and especially to my fellow council members, to Mayor Albanese, and to the administration and everyone who's involved with it for your support and confidence, but especially the generosity of time and conference that our business administrator, James Ulrich, likes to mention, that I reach out and ask questions, and I appreciate you taking those calls. I've learned that there's a level of nuance and legal guidance that we have to address and live within and respect and work within as the legislative body of the town, and that doesn't mean it's easy, and it doesn't mean it's fun, but it's what frames us, and I appreciate everything that I've learned so far and continuing going forward. Of course, I want to thank my family as well, and I continue to be appreciative of all of them, and I love them very, very much. To the town, I look forward to continuing to earning your support and trust throughout this next year, and I wish you all an amazing start. I think that this is a fantastic town. I obviously think it's a fantastic town because I've been here since I was 5 and live here, and my parents are here, and the whole thing, and it's where I've chosen to raise my family, and I'm proud of that every day. I look around, and there are so many loving and giving and dedicated residents who work within the town, who volunteer within the town, who give their time, whether it's in our emergency services. I mean, take a look at the life of the exemplary public servant that's Laura Sheldon, and everything that she has done and her whole family, my goodness, talking about everything that she's done, meeting her husband, who was a fire chief. And I just want to say that I'm proud to be from Clark. I'm proud that I'm involved with the township and serving everyone in this town. Whether you voted for me or not, I know where my obligations are, and I hope everyone can continue, especially those of us who live here and know what's going on in this town, not to judge Clark on anecdotal social media stories that are repeated or incorrectly put out there. Constantly putting that negativity about the town out certainly doesn't help. The volunteers, the coaches, the students, the amazing scholarship recipients, and the athletes, and all of the things that make up this town. I'm just a big believer that I'm I'm a big believer in the law of attraction, and if you seek out negativity, that's what you'll tend to see. And I go online and I get to see the PTA pages and the parent groups and the mom pages and things like that. And I see so much good in the community of people helping each other. And I encourage everyone to continue to share the positives, the overwhelming positives that make up this town of Clark, and drown out the noise of the few negatives. And I'm very much looking forward to an excellent 2026 with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Hund.
Thank you, Mr. President. Happy New Year to everyone in attendance and also to the residents of the town. First, I'd like to offer my congratulations to Mayor Albanese and Councilwoman Hoff on their election win, and looking forward to serving your tenure out as well as my tenure, and hopefully after the election, my tenure will continue into 27 and beyond. Congratulations to Bill Smith on being elected president again, and Frank as being vice president. Congratulations to all the appointees tonight. We don't see them that often. You see our faces, but they're people that work behind the scenes and mean a lot to the town and help the town flourish as it does. As Councilwoman Hoff just said, there's many positives that go along with living in Clark. Congratulations to Lori Sheldon. Congratulations to Katie Bensavenga on her promotion today that we were informed of. Katie's been a long-time friend of mine and my family, so congratulations again. And looking forward to a wonderful and prosperous 2026 for the township and the residents of the town. We have a great town, and people still come here to move here. It's a very sought-after town, so it has its pluses that we all know about, a few minuses, but every town has that. So that's all I have to say, but thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilmember Mazzarella.
Yes, thank you, Council President, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And I pledge my service to you for this coming year. I'll make my comments brief. I just want to congratulate Mayor Albanese and Jessica Huff for their win. I could tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that I've known the mayor for 29 years along with Jim Ulrich, and I could tell you that they are undoubtedly the right two individuals to guide us through 2026 and beyond. And I pledge my support to you, and I just want to make mention to all the residents that they will continually do the right thing for our community and our residents. They're here to serve, as we all are on council. And I just, again, want to congratulate you, Mayor, and Jessica. To Lori Sheldon, I'd like to congratulate her as well. I've known Lori Sheldon for over 30 years. As maybe some of you don't know, I started my career in Clark for service on the First Aid Squad for 9 years. And that was a very unique experience, befriending Lori, and she had guided me when I first came here. And I wish her all the best. To the residents of our community, as my colleague Steve has said, we have a great community here. We're a caring community, and we will continue to be that, no matter who wants to question that. So we're here to serve all of our residents in the right way. The right way is doing the right thing for our community. And please, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to lock your vehicle doors and your home doors at all time. And if you need something, if you see something that's not quite right to you, please don't hesitate to call our police department. They're going to respond. Likewise, call our emergency squad or our fire department. They'll respond quickly to care for you. Until next month, be safe, stay well, and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Minetti.
Thank you, Council President. I will keep my comments brief.
First and foremost, I want to wish the township and our community a very happy, prosperous, and healthy new year. I want to congratulate all our appointees today. I'm not going to go down the list. I don't want to forget anybody, but I do want to recognize Council President Bill Smith and Council Vice President Frank Mazzarella. I look forward to working with you guys over the next year. Also, Mr. Cruz, who's sitting next to me, who I have the pleasure with sitting on the planning board, I congratulate you also, and the mayor and everyone else. On a personal note, I want to thank the Clark Police Department and the Clark Emergency Squad for their professionalism, their guidance, and support on a personal health scare that I had last week on New Year's Eve. And I just want to say that they were great with the assistance and everything I needed and the support during that period of time. And again, appreciate all the wonderful things they do for our community. With that, that concludes my comments. And again, Happy New Year to everybody.
Thank you, Councilman O'Connor.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to keep my comments brief. I'll comment, obviously, in 2 weeks when we're here for our other meeting. Mayor and Jess, I did congratulate you when you got sworn in, but congratulations again to Bill Smith and Frank Mazzarella. Congratulations on your council president and vice president election here. So look forward to working with you guys as well for the entire year. And again, you know, by the time it gets down to here, it's a little bit of repeating, right? But I do want to acknowledge and congratulate those who are appointed, thank them for their service. A lot of those positions are not paid, so thank you for that. Lori Sheldon. So I'm sure Brian will go into it a little bit more, but you know, Lori Sheldon and her husband, graduates of Johnson, and I grew up with them, and a little bit older than I am, but great people. I did mention before that her husband was chief of the fire department. You heard her mention that her daughter Katie is captain of the emergency squad, and of course, Lori got a great Lifetime Achievement Award. And as I mentioned last month, Angel and I were at their installation dinner of the new officers, and it was great to see people so happy for Lori to get the award. You saw that tonight by the representation of the squad. She said they're a family, and it's true, they are, you know, and I think we take our volunteers, I'm not gonna say for granted because we're thankful for them, but Christmas Day, I saw the fire truck out. Christmas Day, I saw an ambulance from Clark out. So these people come out when, you know, we're enjoying time with our families, and guess what? They were too. I know, you know, and I don't want to bring this up, but again, my dad was on the fire department, and I remember days on Christmas Day he left. You know, we're sitting there opening our presents, and, you know, the plectron went off and we had to go, and that's what they do. Same thing with the Office of Emergency Management. You know, your house is flooding. You got things going on. They leave their homes to help you out. And what do they ask for it? Nothing. Nothing. You know, I forget who said it today. You don't get to see the faces behind the work that gets done. I think it was Councilman Hund. So tonight was an opportunity to see some of the people that do the volunteer work for us. And again, that's something, and that is the Township of Clark. The Township of Clark is the township that gives back, and we thank you all for that. One last comment I do want to make, though, is our auditors for 2026 are Scott Kellen, CPA of PFK O'Connor Davies LLP, and our engineer is Rich O'Connor, PE of Grotto Engineering, and they are not related to me. We have no relation. We just have the same last name. Thank you very much, and I'm going to pass it on to my counterpart over here.
Thank you. Councilman Toll.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to come back to you, but first of all, we have a special guest in our midst in this chamber, former Governor Donald D. Francesco, former New Jersey Senate President. Do you understand the connections to the Senate President Governor? Let me just give you a little bit of a background in history. Former Clark Mayor Bill McGuire was an assemblyman. When Donnie D. just started back in the mid-'70s, 77, 78-ish, when he went on and ran for the state legislature. So when he started his career, he worked with a Clarkite. And a Clarkite helped him train him, so Bill got to where he stepped aside. And Donnie D. moved up to state senate, to governor. 50 states in the Union of the United States of America, 50 states. And we have a gentleman sitting in our midst tonight who sat in the governorship, who made decisions every day for you, the citizens of New Jersey. And that should be recognized by you today and those watching from TV. On this day, January the 5th, 2026, we thank you, Governor, for being here. You were always a part, you always were loyal, always dedicated to all your citizens, but Clark, you always had a special home too. With our former mayor and our current mayor, we thank you for all your support, your loyalty, and you're just giving good government and good knowledge back to the community. If I can ask to relay my time, Mr. President, to the governor.
Governor, would you like to come up to the microphone, please?
You don't get a governor in the chambers at any time, blink of an eye.
History lesson.
Push the button, turn on. Is the green button on? Green light?
Yes, it is on, yeah. Yes, it's true. I ran with Bill McGuire in 1975.
75, we're going back.
50 years ago, 50 years ago, it was November, I was elected. We were elected as assembly members. Pete McDonough was the state senator. And of course, 50 years ago now was the bicentennial.
Yes, it was.
My first year in the legislature, and I served for 26 years till January of 2002. And of all the districts I had, as you know, Clark was always in the district. So it was like a second home to me, because I grew up, for those who don't know, in Scotch Plains. And that was, of course, my home for many, many years with a huge family. I used to say that's how I got elected, because I had so many relatives. But in July of 76, the income tax was passed, which was supposed to solve all the problems of the state of New Jersey. We were there July 4th, actually, July 4th and 5th, and that's when they passed it. And so that's coming up, 50 years in the bicentennial, so now you'll probably have a lot of great events in Clark celebrating the 250th anniversary of the country. And of course, young people don't realize how important that is. They will now after this year goes by. But I want to just say quickly, though, Brian, that in my 26 years having my legislative office in Scotch Plains and serving in the Assembly, in the Senate, as Senate Minority Leader, as Senate President, as Governor and Senate President in 2001, 9/11, coming up 25 years this year rather. And we didn't have social media until after I left. So, you either wrote me a letter, you gave me a call, but in those 26 years, I never received one complaint, one letter, one phone call, one personal contact about anything negative about Clark, New Jersey, and particularly what you were referring to. Perception is perception. The reality is it's a great community with great people. I had many friends, as you know, that I developed over those years that I'll never forget, big supporters and friends. And it's a great community. For all the 50 years that I've known it, it's been a fabulous community, great people, fantastic tax base, the best you can do with a county like Union, of course. And I just was thrilled to be representing Clark for those 26 years. And that's all I wanted. I just want to add that note, particularly since you mentioned that perception about the community, because I went to Scotch Plains High School, played baseball right out here against Clark, basketball, and never saw anything at all with respect to any kind of unusual conduct or statement. So I just want to add that for the record. Mayor, congratulations to you, and our best wishes to all of you for a fantastic, healthy, successful new year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I'm going to finish out in a moment. I just have a couple other comments. if that's
Councilman
all right.
Toll.
I know I yielded my time to the governor, but when you got a governor in the house, what are you going to do? 1989 to 1992, the late, great Bernie Hayden. Mr. Hayden served 4 consecutive years as council president. Mr. Smith, you're 1 year shy. I know you're going to break the record or tie it. So we wish you only the best as our new council president for the 3rd year, and we welcome you. We always bring solid leadership. To Frank Mazzarella, my friend, congratulations on being the vice president. You know, Bill always gets lost down the shore during those beautiful summer nights, so you'll be filling in for those long meetings in the summer. To Lori Sheldon, of course. Lori and I, we all grew up together. We were Clark, Pat O'Connor's Clark. Lori was class of 79, a year ahead of me, sorry. Danny Sheldon was a Clark kid too, and it all joined up. And the in charge of the first aid squad marries the fire department, you know there's something going on, and it's all good, because these people loved the township and loved to help others. The simple words. They went out in the middle of you heard the stories, they went out in the middle of the night when a call comes in, somebody's hurt on the parkway, an accident. They don't just, well, honey, I gotta go take care of it. Fire calls, there's always something, and they're always responding to it. And that's called love of community and love of giving back to your fellow man. And God bless all of them, and good health to Chief Sheldon and to Lori. To 3 people we lost in this last month, and I call them anchors of the community. Nicholas Sodas. Mr. Sodas was an engineer, architect. To Mrs. Sodas, Nancy, Doug, and Robert. Again, 3 people we grew up with. And his 57 Chevrolet, he restored and was in his garage. Anytime I came by, he opened up his garage and goes, hey, I'll go take a look at it. He built a 1957 and restored it to a mint class, award-winning issue. You have to go see that car. It should be in a museum. But that was Mr. Sodas. He just always gave up himself to his community. If I needed something, hey, come on, what do you need? And I didn't go asking for money, but I went over and said, hey, what would you do with the situation? When the Parkway was doing some expansion, what would you do? He goes, well, tell them to do it this way. Tell them to do it that way. And that kind of advice kind of gives you a sense of what you're supposed to be doing as a council official. To Mrs. Delaquid. Mrs. Delaquid, there was Dell's Pharmacy on Westfield Avenue. That's where the paper chase is. And they ran it. They lived up on Kennedy Drive. They had 3 kids. Vincent was the son, Lisa and Diana. Mrs. Delaquid just passed. Again, another part of the community, another person who has left us. And the last one is Frank DiMarzo, Mr. DiMarzo, 53-year resident of the township, a Korean War veteran who served as a Newark police officer and a member of the Clark VFW post. I'm going to end this now because it is getting late, but just again, it's a new year, it's a 250th anniversary. Let us all celebrate together of why we're in this country, for the greatest country on the planet Earth. And thank you, Governor, for being here. To all, happy and healthy New Year. I'm done.
Thank you. Police Director Grady, would you like to make any comments or say anything? No. No, good.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Director Patrick Grady of the Police Department. Just a few words. I won't keep you too late. In terms of our township, okay, anybody that knows me knows I am a fierce defender of our township and our police department. I've lived here for over 50 years. I raised 4 children in this community. I have at least, I was trying to add it up as I was sitting there, at least 18 relatives still residing in the township of Clark. So, you know, Governor DeFrancesco, he said it very well, perception versus reality when it comes to the township of Clark. I personally can't think of a better place to live, raise a family, other than Clark. I have no regrets over 50 years raising my family here. As far as the police department goes, for those of you that don't know, I retired here in 2019 as a captain. It was my lifelong dream to be a police officer in this township. To be back here as director, I'm extremely happy and proud to help lead this agency. Now, this agency, you've heard it tonight, you know, has worked under a cloud the last 5 years, and I give them all the credit in the world. Okay, they haven't skipped a beat through all the negativity, the social media. They're out there doing their job every single day, and that is a credit to them. As long as I'm here, I will continue to push that. I am a big believer in proactivity. All right, nobody will ever tell me different. This town is what it is today. The safest this town is today. All right, is because of the police officers past and present. No one will ever, you won't win that argument with me, okay? They're the glue that holds this town together, okay? This police department, and officers past and present. We will not allow this cloud that hovers over us to stop us from doing what we're doing. I could promise you that. They're out there every day doing their job. They will continue to do it with the utmost professionalism and integrity. I can guarantee that. As long as I am here, I can guarantee that. I'm proud of those guys, and they deserve a lot of credit. It's been a tough few years for them. So, proud to them. I hope hopefully they're on the road and not inside watching this, but if they are, they know I'm proud. Lastly, I think they left already, but congratulations to Lori and her family. I knew them since the early 90s. I was a member of the Clark Volunteer Fire Department many, many moons ago. Great people, great family. Congratulations to them. Happy New Year, everybody, and thank you.
Great, thank you. BA, Mr. Ulrich.
Well, congratulations on Council President and Frank. Congratulations to you also. Look forward to working with you both. Jess, I'm glad you're there. You keep me on my toes. And I do have a nickname for everybody, and I think you're going to be Mrs. Colombo. Just one more question. So I think that's going to be your nickname. You still don't beat the Red Baron at the other end, but he's going to be there forever. Congratulations, everybody. I appreciate it. And Albert, welcome. I look forward to working with you. It's a close relationship. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of back and forth. But I'm glad you're up there. Another thing is I want to thank the DPW. We had a couple of tough storms. They fell on holidays and weekends. Not good for overtime, but that's mine and Christie's problem. They did a great job. They got out there, they took care of the streets, they took care of the plowing, the salting. Some of these storms were a little bit difficult because they were right on the verge of, do we plow, do we not plow, wait for enough snow. But I think they got through the town fairly quickly with minimal concerns, and all of them were either, followed up. And that's why we have GovPilot. That's why we have, report of concern. During the storms, we do monitor that and get people out as soon as possible. And I do want to also bring something up for Lori. I spent, give or take, 25 years with her overnights. I could tell you she was always, no matter how bad the call was or time of day, always, professional, cheery, looking forward to, helping people. I wish I could say the same about me at times, but that's neither here nor there. But she's, it's a well-deserved award for Lori, just knowing her personally for, like I said, 25 years. I probably ran, 200 plus calls with Lori over the years. And, she was always dedicated. Her family's always dedicated. And I couldn't think of a better person for that. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. President. Congratulations on being president again. We know we work well together, so I'm looking forward to this year. Congratulations to Councilman Mazzarella as vice president, as well as Councilwoman Jessica Hoff and Mayor Albanese. And it's actually been a pleasure for many, many years and continues to be a pleasure to work with all of you. I want to say a special thank you to Terry Mazzarella, who just recently retired. 2025 was a transitional year for our office, and she helped us put this meeting together. She helped train our new team, and I love her like a sister, and I just wish her the best retirement ever. I also want to thank Nicole and Christina, who have really not only caught on quickly, but made great improvements in the office, and I appreciate them very, very much. We all put this meeting together. There's a lot of documents here, and I really appreciate my team. So thank you. Everybody, Happy New Year.
Great, thank you. Counselor, do you have anything to add?
Other than to thank you, and you've made me feel very welcome tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Look forward to working with you. Welcome aboard. I just want to thank the council members for having faith in me and trusting me to be council president again. Look forward to working with everyone again, and the administration and the mayor. Happy New Year to everyone, and at this time, I'd like a motion to adjourn. Thank you, Councilman Toll. Second? Councilman, who's that, O'Connor? Councilman O'Connor, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, see you in 2 weeks.